and they should fit nicely in there. Spray glue, contact adhesive. It's a little bit on the thick side. I probably could have split it down the middle, looking like a 90s boy band puffer jacket, but what you really need is an extra deep one of these bits. So now I'm going to make a start on the ceiling. Moisture up there, look. Condensation. Yeah, this is alright, look. Where I've got this on, it's just so I don't know whether I'll just put a strip. Was that over there? I've got expanding foam inside. That yeah, don't know. Time to get the wood on there and this fixed in place. That might be alright. Yeah, so I've got these pieces to go across here to fix my. Just cut this one down. I've got there. It's quite thin and flexible. As you can see, these are not flat, these roofs, they are slightly curved. So what I'll do is pull that up to there. So I've earlier put some riv nuts in. I'll probably only use these middle ones and just put some, see how that pull up. Oh, I don't know, I might need that actually. Yeah, I've got to just put some Sikaflex either end or along the whole thing just to hold it a bit firmer. Yeah, so this is 12 by 44 planed timber. Nice and light. Hopefully that'll be thick enough just to put my fixings in for my tongue and groove I'm going to put across there. Yeah, so trouble is, I keep thinking about putting some foam across there, but then you just doing adding to the how much further this comes down, which isn't a problem except for things like that and that, because obviously there's only so much depth in there. Bring that down. I mean, that one I've got around to anyway, because the roof line I fix on the end fixing it's going to be like that. Or if I went above, yeah, I can't go above really, it's wrong. It's going to be the wrong angle. Yeah, so that's going to go like that. So it leaves that gap there, which I have got a little solution for. Yeah, I wonder if it is worth just putting a strip of that. Strip of this foamy stuff there. That might just help with the condensation at that point. See if that will seal it right in with tape, because this is obviously going to act as a little bit of an insulation. Yeah, I think I might do that actually, because if I put this on here it might be difficult to put the screws in. Yeah, cause other issues, so yeah, a couple of little holes there I've got blocked as well. Right, yeah, I think I will just do that. I think I'll fix that direct to there and go over with the tape. I've got to go over there, this bit anyway, with some tape. Right, I'll do that. So just mark tape, wet drill along here. What I'm going to use, these little fixings, which I removed from the van. So these are free, basically. And they should fit nicely in there. So they're quite low profile that way. That'll focus. What I'll do is I'll slightly indent that anyway with a flat bit, just so that will sit perfectly flat with the surface of that, so it won't get in the way. There we are, it's the first one of those up. It's really firm, I don't think that'll be going anywhere. It's only got hold up tongue and groove, so a little bit more of a gap this end because I've got that got a bit of conduit there, which I don't want to push up any further, so I'll just run a bit of clear silicone down there, or sticks all rather, down there, just to hold that. I think I'll go over the top of that with some silver foil tape and carry on with the next ones. I've just started to put the second layer of insulation in the ceiling here. I'll put PIR in there simply because it's much easier to get a nice flush fit to the wooden battens which hold the skylight in. These middle ones I will just use the I think there should be enough room, just use the recycled bottle stuff insulation in there. I can just glue that on with some I've just got some cheapo spray glue, contact adhesive, which will be fine for there, because once the ceiling is up, if it does let go in the heat, whatever, that won't matter because it can't go anywhere. I've only used like the Evo stick stuff in the walls because that could slip down. Yeah, and the other thing I've got to do here is this frame. Get a piece of wood across where the ceiling is going to go. That wooden frame there needs to be dropped a little bit. This outer cover needs to just come off. I did measure that. That is about 10-11 mil. This wood I've got here is about 12 mil. So what I'll do, I'll just run some of that. Take this cover off. Fix some of that up there. Put the cover back, and then that'll be the right height. But I won't do that until I come to do the ceiling, because obviously that's got to come off again to to put my put the tongue groove up. So yeah, I've just got a few gaps at the side on here, which there's not really enough depth. Well, unless you shape it, I suppose I could shape some bits to go in there. The PIR, I was just going to pile some of this sticky stuff in there just to bring the level up. That'll be a few layers of that. Yeah, and that can all be fully sealed in. And yeah, on with this bit. Start to get this up. It's a little bit on the thick side. I probably could have split it down the middle, but yeah, that should compress a little bit, all it needs to anyway. Yeah, I've just started putting the reflectics on, sealing it all the way around. Yeah, it's a little bit quicker than putting that up anyway, the board, and because obviously you've got the curve, so you'd have to cut it probably into 3 pieces, I would guess. Yeah, I will be putting the board up at the back bit there because I've got that to cut round. That's quite difficult to do with this stuff and seal it in. It's easier to actually do it with the board, I think. Well, I hope so anyway. That's the plan, and if it don't work with that, I'll then try this. Yeah, it's coming along. that's that section done. Looking like a 90s boy band puffer jacket, but that's there, and hopefully that will squeeze up. It is quite well sealed in. What I might have to do when I start doing the sealing, when I get towards the end, I might have to just make a small hole before I put the last one in to let any, or cut a hole now right while I put the sealing up to let any air out, and then just seal it up before I put the last bit on. Yeah, find how how well sealed that is once I start putting the sealing up, because if it starts pushing all out to one side, I'll know that's pretty well sealed up. This one I do now. I made the start and putting the cladding in. Got these first two bits along there. This is only really thin stuff, and it's quite hard to actually find the which side is supposed to have the groove. First bit I put up was wrong, upside down, so I had to redo it. Didn't notice it until I put the next piece in. Couldn't actually see such a fine channel on there, couldn't actually see it. Yeah, that's come along. Let's see, this is all billowed out here. Probably would have been better to have thinned that out even more, that stuff, but we'll see how it go. Yeah, that's absolutely blowing a hoolie out there. Fairly windy. Probably have a few more broken branches on top of the van tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll just carry on with this. I'm just cutting it out as I go here, just to get them in line. So I'll put the first one on in one length, then put the next one on, marked it, cut the thing, put that one back on, took that one off, cut that, put that back so I could keep it in line. Yeah, it's all a bit of a messing about, but you want to keep your lines right, don't you? And oh yeah, just put some, actually that was 9mm ply I put around there in the end. Seemed to bring it to the right sort of height. So that should be ready to go back on. Unfortunately, as you can see, that is a big gap there, so I'm going to have to work some way of putting something in there rather than the silver, maybe a bit of carpet or something. But yeah, I'll have to worry about that at the minute. Get the rest of this tongue groove up. Done a little bit more. Biggest problem is round here, it's so deep now. You can actually see the screws that hold the two parts together. There, I put carpet in there, but what we really need is an extra deep one of these bits. Whether they're available or not, if anyone knows, you can let me know in the comments. Much appreciated. Yeah, because I can't leave it like that, not with the screw showing. Gonna have to come up with some idea. Yeah, so how many bits we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strips in so far. I've still got to squeeze all that up on that side as well. And one little thing to sort out there. Yeah. So that's the ceiling, all done and cladding. These end ones, just had to shorten them a bit. They're about 70mm wide, both sides. So there's a trim bit down, and they fit in there quite nice. Got to finish off this bit in here with a bit of, fill it in with a bit of ply, or even a bit of cladding actually could use. And the other thing is a little vent there. I've just used a little bit of 4-inch extractor pipe cut down just to fill in there. I've just got to go around, seal it right the way around. I've already sealed it in there with some Sikaflex, so that won't go anywhere. What I've got to cover that is this, which is it's just an extractor vent piece. It's louvered, that's the only problem with it. It's not really meant for this sort of application, but it has got a fly screen on the inside, so that will actually fit very nicely in there. I'll just angle that maybe that way. That will just finish that off. I probably will just drill a couple of holes, a couple of screws just to hold that in, rather than, I mean, it probably would stay there. It probably would stay, but rather than accidentally falling out, I'll just screw it in. Yeah, I mean, that could be, easiest thing would be to just put a bit of Sikaflex around and stick it in, but then might need to remove it to clean this flow screen at some point, because there is only those large square holes up there as part of the mushroom vent. Yeah, so I think that will actually work quite nicely. I've just got to decide what I want to do, whether I've got to paint or stain or varnish, or stain and varnish the roof or the ceiling. I've also just got to find some way of finishing this off in here. But apart from that, that bit is kind of done really. Yeah, quite happy with how that's come out. They're all one length, apart from this one which I had a little bit of accident with. I accidentally cut it, meant to just cut a piece out. I could have cut a new one, but a little bit of filler, that won't even notice. But yeah, just this, which is 3mm long. 3 metre long, and I just had to cut that down. I think it was 297 millimetre in the end. Yeah, and it just goes into there, so that'll just need a bit tidying up along there, and this will have a face and all on it anyway, all along here. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. There's my little kickstand already, box of screws. And that's just for me centre light, which those wires are actually a little bit off centre. That's going to be over here actually, the light, or it might run it that way, might run it crossways. That's only a short light. I think it's a 12-inch LED light to go up there. That'll sort that out. Yeah.